Hi guys, it's me, Connie. I know it's been a really long time since I've been on this channel. Um, there has just been a lot going on. I moved and just yada yada yada. Um, I have a really good friend on here on YouTube that wanted me to do a video for her. Her name's Crystal Dragonfly. She wanted me to do a video on some of the inspiration sticks for mixed media and art, that kind of thing. So I'm going to try to do that. If you hear this like really whiny, annoying noise in the background, I apologize. My computer, for some reason, sounds like it's getting ready to explode or take off or something. I think one of my fans has broken it, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But um, I did mine a little different than what I've been seeing on YouTube and online and whatnot. Most people use like popsicle sticks or tongue depressors, that kind of thing. Um, I am kind of limited to my crafting space, so anytime I get a chance to like downsize things, I'll do it. So my crafty mind kind of came up with this kind of neat little idea. And what I use is, let me grab it here. I use chipboard, and this is the black 6x6 chipboard. I use that, and what I did is I just cut them in little tiny strips. And there is over 100 in here. I'm not exactly sure on how much is in here, but I do know it's over 100. And for the little container, all I did was when you go to the store and like the dollar store, they have those really cheap cans of nuts like cashews and um, I'm not even sure what all they have, but I had come across one of them and I just took some scrapbook paper and I glued it around. And then I have a spool of this plasticky pink, um, it's like teardrop pearls. I'm not even sure what it's really called. It's like a trim, I guess. And I just put that around the top just to kind of give it a little bit of something, because it does sit on my desk up here, and most of my stuff up here is like pinks and blacks and whites, and so I wanted to kind of decorate it up a little bit. So that's what I did. And then, yeah, all I did was just take some of the black chipboard and cut them in little tiny sticks. And then I took trying to find one here. Um, I just took a metallic silver, where is it? Whoops, 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 whoops. Okay, I guess I shouldn't have done that. Um, I almost knocked my camera over. Anyways, it's back behind the camera, and it's just a gel pen, but it's a silver gel pen. And that's how I wrote on it. You can use white or, you don't even have to use the chipboard. I mean, it's just how I did it. And I wanted to do black again because it just kind of goes better with my whole decor and theme of things. So here we go. This is probably going to take a really long time. So I'm not going to show them to you per se. I'm just going to kind of hurry and just say them because there's a lot here. Draw some swirls. Um, Add magazine pictures. Let's see. Use perfect pearls. And I have a bunch of perfect pearls and liquid pearls. I think it's called liquid pearl. Yeah. That I use in a lot of my art and mixed media stuff. So that's what that means. Again, if you don't have these things, you wouldn't put them in there. You probably have stuff that I don't have. Junk mail, add junk mail. Watercolor bubbles. This is where I'm sure if you heard of any of this stuff, please forgive me. I'm just saying it in case somebody out there has not heard of it. The watercolor bubbles is just actual bubble solution that you put your paint in, and then you just kind of pop the bubble on your working surface, your paper. It's kind of cool. Draw some squares. Collage paper bags. Outline with black ink, like outline any kind of words or any doodles. Make some textures with anything really. It can be modeling paste all the way to regular toothpaste, I suppose. I mean, it could even be, I don't know. I mean, it's endless, really. Collage scraps of paper. Google random image to use, which is what I do with that is I'll, like, for instance, if I'm in the mood to do something natural or like nature, I will Google nature pictures, and then the first picture that pops up, I will, pretty much, if it's copyright and you're allowed to use it and whatnot, I'll print it out and use it, or I'll try to replicate it by drawing it myself. Add some stickers. Let's see. Sorry, my fingers are really swollen. I take medication and sometimes they make my fingers like sausages and they're really swollen today. So it's like they're thimbling around trying to do this. Splats and splotches and drips of paint or, yeah, I guess any kind of paint really. Add tags, labels, or little pockets or envelopes. Use 2 different types of stencils. Write your dream. Like, what I do is if I wake up and I'm kind of wanting to do some Expedia or something, I'll kind of quote some parts of my dream that were, that I can remember when I woke up. Use an everyday object, and now this can pretty much be anything that you don't mind using. It can be all the way from, a cup that you use to drink your coffee out of. You can use it for circling, or it can be a spoon or anything really, just whatever you find that you don't mind using. Add some stars. Spray some colored paints through stencils, such as these and stuff. I always, for some reason, like to spray those with stencils. They always come out really good. Paint using toilet paper roll, which, dip it in paint, use circles. Doodle text with a white pen. By the way, if anybody out there knows of a really good white gel pen or white pen period, white ink pen, please let me know, because I have gone through a million and I cannot find one that's worth anything. I mean, they're just rubbish. Anyways, crayon rubbings. Use scrapbook paper. Add white paint. Add hearts. Draw circles. Why can't I read my own handwriting? It's pretty bad. Oh, tear paper and then collage it. Add some buttons. Drag brush handle through paint. I just take the handle of the paint and just kind of doodle and make little swirls or whatever. Load the brush with 2 colors, which is pretty explanatory. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm sorry it's late. I can't talk. I just put a color on this side, and then I'll put a different color on there, and then I'll just go down a line and kind of do borders and stuff with it. Or you can make all kinds of really cool designs that way. Repeat the last 3 prompts. So basically, I would repeat the last 3 sticks that I drew out. Use some colored pencils. Add some triangles. Add some dots. Use pieces of maps. Stencil ABCs. I have ABC stencils, so that's why I have that in there. Gesso. Oh, wow. Gesso with fingers. Find a quote and use it. Add fabric flowers. Draw a face. Use scissor shapes. I have, I forgot what they're called. They're the scissors that have like the diagonals or the let me try to find one, so because I'm not making any sense here, I can tell you that right now. It's too late. You know, well, that one's got glue all over it, but you get the idea. You know, those like Friscars, paper edgers, or whatever they're called. Um, yeah. So basically, what I would do is just kind of cut some different collages of papers and stuff with that. So use a picture or some sort of image. Use gelatos. Um, collage napkins. Make a mandala. Add stitches with a needle. So basically, just sewing in your paper or whatever it is you're using. Stamp with gesso. Doodle around the edges. Add some cheesecloth. Use die cuts. I have a bunch, so I like to use those. Use some washi tape. Paint using bubble wrap, which is probably one of my favorite techniques. I just love how it comes out. Add some numbers. Write with a liner brush and paint. So if I was, do some kind of a quote or whatnot, and I would just use one of my little thin brushes. Use twinkling H2Os. I have quite a few of these I like to use. So that's what that is. So I put that in there because I like to use them. Ink fingerprint. This one came over with my daughter. Something had happened that I got ink from my ink pad on my thumb, and I picked up one of my papers and it left a thumbprint. And so I just kind of incorporated that in there. I thought that'd be kind of cool. Let's see. Write what makes you happy. Use your embossing folders. Random letters. Can't read this. Oh, turn upside down for the next 3 prompts. So just turn the paper upside down and then start doing whatever on there. Use some song lyrics. Use paint swatches and paint chips that you get from like the paint sections of Walmart and Lowe's and them. Every time I go there, I like to grab a little handful. You can use them for a million things. Color molding paste and use stencils. So I just use my molding paste and add whatever color I want and then use it on my stencil. Use 7 different paints for a background. Use some punches. Glue in some herbs, and there's been art, and because I like to do a lot of nature art, and I've glued like cedar down and made like an actual tree out of cedar leaves. You can use, it's endless really. I even have stuff that I've used lavender for just to make things smell good. So there's that. Create patterns using stamps. So you basically, like, I have this little heart stamp, and I will like make a large heart out of this little stamps. Use paper flowers. Doodle flowers and vines. Paint with found objects, so anything you find that you would want to incorporate, then yeah. Journal your day. Let's see. Add black paint. It's getting a little full here. Spray with water or alcohol. I use a lot of my distress inks. And if you spray alcohol or water, you can mix like little cool little water droplets and stuff. So add string or twine. Embossing powders. Let's see. Just doodle. Use dictionary text. Use masking tape. Use candle wax. This one came out really good. I have a bunch of wax seals, and so I like to just drip wax down and then use my seals on certain things. So just regular stamp. Use glitter glue. Let's see. Doodle with your left hand or your not so dominant hand. That one always comes out pretty funny. Use book text. Write down your fears. That one's always fun. Paint with your eyes closed. That one's really fun, and I've come out with some pretty funny things. Some pretty cool things too. Use makeup, and I'll use like eyeshadow. My favorite one is I have a bunch of different colored eyeliners that I don't hardly ever use, so I'll use that. Just, that kind of thing, even if you have an old lipstick. Sponge with paint. Let's see. Use homemade stamps. I make homemade stamps sometimes, so I like to use those. Use nail polish. I use nail polish in a lot of my art as well. Add a bit of nature, which is again kind of like the herb one, only you can, sticks and it's endless really, feathers that you find. Use a color you don't like. This one I always end up getting. And, colors, I'm not a fan of oranges or yellows. So a lot of the times I'll have to use those. And they always come out good, but it's just not a color that I would be drawn to pick unless I had to. Add some kind of beads or like little seed beads. Use black marker. Let's see. Use pens or markers. We're getting there, guys. Sorry, I knew this was going to be a pretty long video. Alright, last bundle. Use watercolors. Add fabric. Use Inka Golds. I have a bunch of the Inka Golds that I like to use a lot. So, use a piece of trash. And when I mean by piece of trash, I don't mean just like nasty, stinky garbage. I just mean, a tag off of a shirt that you bought, or a receipt, or, junk mail, so on and so forth. That kind of trash. Let's see. Write words in 3 different places. Collage tissue paper. Scrape paint with a card. Scribble with oil pastels. Doodle first image that comes to your mind. Draw something, which I guess is kind of the same thing, but whatever. Marble with a paint. This one's really fun. You just take an actual round marble and you dip it in paint, and then you just roll it across your paper, and it's really fun. I really like that one. And use glitters. That is pretty much it. And I'm always adding, so because I'll think of something, or I'll see somebody else talk about it or something, and then I'll be like, oh yeah. So that's basically my inspiration sticks, and I do it a lot because I find it very therapeutic. If you're stressed, or you're having anxiety, or any kind of really emotions really, I notice that if I just come and sit down, I'll put on relaxing music, and I will pick about 10 sticks, and I will go to town, and I'll just show you a couple of them that I've done recently. The old ones, my books and journals are kind of in a hard place right now, but I'll show the one that I just did not too long ago. And this one, as you can see, hopefully, I know the lighting in here is not the best, but this was basically used, looks like, dictionary, pieces of dictionary text. I used stamp in 3 different places. I used bubble wrap as like a stencil. I've done little swirls with glitter. I've made flowers and vines. What else did I do here? I did like a weird little border. Yeah, so that's basically how that one came out. And I was pretty pleased with it. And when I first started this, I was pretty stressed. But yeah, even though I was stressed, it came out kind of pretty and kind of uplifting. And by the time I was done, I felt great. So yeah, I do a lot of mixed media inspiration things. I just think it's really, really fun. I love how things turn out. I mean, sometimes, granted, sometimes they don't always turn out looking too hot. But for the most part, I think they came out pretty good. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see. It's kind of, well, I think it might be too big. But this was like some that I did for the fall. This was a collaboration that I was doing for Gypsy and the Witch online on Facebook and stuff. Um, Once a month we would get a theme. So, and then this one was, gosh, I know you guys can't really see. I'm sorry, it's kind of upside down. Anyways, yes. Point being is I absolutely love doing mixed media. This is another one that I've done. Um, I painted like starry sky with the moon and some trees. And then on the inside has just been more mixed media. Um, let's see. And there's that one. So yeah, I have a bunch of journals and books everywhere. um, but there you go, Crystal. I hope that helps. I mean, I'm sure you probably have a good amount of those already as inspiration sticks, but just in case if there is one in there that you have not heard of yet, hopefully that will help. And as soon as I am able to start feeling a little bit better, I would like to try and do some of your uh, mixed media do sticks with you videos. I forgot exactly what you call it, but basically do these with you and show you what mine turns out like. But I haven't really been feeling too well lately, so yeah, that was pretty much it. I hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.